when we left last week? Which topic we are discussing?
Loops, while loop, until while loop we discussed.
Until while loop, right? So loops we completed. We are supposed to start nested loops, right? So now let's start with nested loops. So let's start with loop again. So what is the meaning of loop? What is the meaning of loop? First. Command is the byte command is something to do. It's brings to the next step for the processing. If the case, if the subjected case is false, then again it's to the compiling stage. Yes, actually. Process will be continue to becoming the conditional loop. Very good. So loop is nothing but it is having, I said some rules. I hope you remember. Like one is like you should have a starting point, right? There should be some initialized point. Then it will continuously repeat itself until unless it is true. Some condition is true, it will continuously repeat. I give one example also, right? So on that time, like I'm asking you to do something, like for example, I want you to bought one egg for me, right? I told like go outside and travel each go to each shop and try to identify how you can get one egg for me. What you will do, you'll go to shop and you'll check if eggs are there, you will take it and come back. If egg is not there, you will go to next shop. Again, you will go to next shop. Again, you will need to next shop until unless you are getting eggs, right? That's the loop. You are doing something repeatedly until unless you are completing one condition, right? So those we already discussed, but I will write some examples because to refresh today. Tomorrow we'll go a little deeper, but I want you to repeat my last class. So whoever already attended, because 1 month gap is a big gap. So just try to listen my last video, which is loops, right? Let me share my screen. So I started with Eclipse in my first class. Just repeat it, so it will help you. Okay, so how to create a project? I'm just explaining it again. Okay, file, new, others, Java project. Okay, so next, giving some project name. Okay, so we are going with loops. Right, you can see loops project is created here, right? Then next step, what we'll do, we'll create a package, right? How to create package? Right click, new, package, right? Remember first class, form dot is something, right? So then we need to create a class. Today, the new people will have some struggle, okay? So I want you to complete that videos today itself. Otherwise, you cannot able to understand, okay? So class will create. Then public static void main string args. Right? This one is the common for all the Java classes. Right? This you need to remember. Till this you need to remember. Right? So then what we did? Initial class, what we did? Sysout.
We read it, right? Just some string we written and we saved it, right? So then what we did? How to run it? Run as job application. So whatever we written here, it is getting printed, right? So this one is first class, right? So then what we did? We went with variables, right? What is the variable we did? Data types and variables. A equal to 10, B is equal to 20. Then and C is equal to A plus B, right? So what will happen? We are declaring three variables. Variables means what? The value which will keep on changing is called variable. There what we did? We assign some values, and what we are doing? We are calculating and storing in C, right? So when we are printing it, we'll get the total, right? This one is variable. Then what we did? We went with conditions. What is the condition? If condition. For example, if I'm saying int I is equal to 10, j is equal to 20, if I greater than j, then this how I is bigger than j, right? So here what it will take, if always take with the boolean. Boolean means true or false only. It will not accept anything. So here in this case, what we did, if I is greater than j, I is greater than j, else I is smaller than j, right? So when we are writing, what will happen? Right? Is it correct? Right? Understood, right? So this one we'll discuss. I'm not going to repeat, just I'm refreshing previous classes. Okay. So now then what we did? We went with the simple if else, nested if. Remember everything, right? Then else if ladder. Else if we are having condition, we did one program also, which is related with student pass fail, right? Then what we did? We started with loops. What is loop? We'll be having three conditions we discussed, right? Initialize means starting point. It should have starting point, then condition check, then increment and decrement. Remember this, right? So what is increment? You are going one by one shop, right? I'm saying you go one by one shop. Then you are just incrementing one shop, same shop you are not repeating. And you are not skipping next shop also. You are continuously going one shop, right? So it's incrementing. Decrementing means reducing. For example, if you want to print 1 to 100, what I will do? For initialization starting point int I is equal to 0. I am starting from 0 till how much I need to go? I will go to 10. I is less than 10. It's the ending condition. Starting is 0. Ending condition is 10. I plus plus. It's a one increment. I plus plus means I is equal to I plus 1, right? So then this is how I. What it will do? It will print 0 to 9. So when I'm running this, 0 to 9, right? If you want to print 9 to 0, how I need to write? int, tell me, I is equal to 9, I is greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus. Then if I am writing it, it will print a 9 to 0, right? So if I am removing this, I am running it, it will print 9 to 0, right? Increment and decrement both, right? Then what we did, we use the same thing for while loop and do while. So for loop and while is considered as entry control, right? Before entering itself, it will check the condition. Okay, what is do while? Do while is exit control. When it is exiting from loop, it will check. So minimum one time it will run. We took the example also hotel, right? So if you are going to hotel without money, also you can take food, right? They will not check condition. Hotel jana teri, do you have money? You can enter. Right? While exiting, you have to pay and you have to come out. Khana khale baad free mein aa sakte hai. Sir, bill. But you have to pay the bill. Right? So exit control. Entry control means you are having token system. Right? You cannot come inside without a, for example, you take the tickets. You need to have entry ticket only, then only you can able to enter. That is called entry control loop. So entry control loop example is for loop and while loop. Exit control is do while. So where you can enter anything, even if you are not having a zero, nothing, right? Then also you can go and sit in a hotel and you can take food, right? So they are not checking when entering. They are checking when exit, right? So even condition is failing, one time it will run. Which one? Do while. Do while loop will run one time, right? Then till then we did, right? So now we are going to discuss on nested for loops. Nested for loop means for inside for, how it works. Okay, so I will repeat it again because I feel like after long gap, no one has practiced it. So tomorrow again we'll come to same topic. Okay, so just I will give you some scenarios to understand the nested for loops. Okay, so nested for loops are loops where for loop inside for loop you will be having another for loop. For example, okay, so I will give one scenario. You are having one school. Okay, it is having 3 classrooms. You are having one school, which is having 3 classrooms, and in each classroom you are having 5 students. Understood? So just see this scenario. One school, right? 3 classrooms. Each class is having 5 students. How many students are there? How many students total? 15. Why? 3 classroom. Each classroom is having 5 students. So now I requested you to take the attendance. You are outside of school. Okay. Tell me step by step how you will follow, how you will take attendance. First, what you will do? You will enter in school. Right? Enter in school. I like that you can explain. First, you will enter school. Then what you will do? First, you are having 3 classrooms, right? So which classroom? Kya we gana aada rakhe nahi? Huh? So we are not having any class in the bikes, right? Okay. So what you will do next? Once you are entering the school, you will enter which classroom? First classroom. Then what you will do? How will you take attendance? First student, right? Then second student, right? How now? First student, second student, third student, fourth student. Till you are completing this, you cannot come out of classroom. Do you? A class may go, you will take one attendance and come out, and another class you will go take one attendance, come out. No, right? So once you are entering in one loop, you will not go out until unless you are completing that loop. Understood, right? So for example, you are coming in one classroom, then you are taking one student, second student, and you will come out. It's must that you should complete that classroom, then only you will come out. Okay. So here also you will be having fifth student. Then what you will do? First you will exit this. Right now. Exit a first classroom. Then enter second class. Then again from where you will start? From first student, right? Again second student. Again third student. Again fourth student. Right? Again fifth student. Similarly, you repeat for until unless you are completing the classroom, you are not coming out. Now just consider like you are having two schools. Right? Then I will add another line is first school, right? Is that right? Similarly, I will add this is first school, you need to enter, right? You will complete all the school rooms, then only you will come out. Right? First school, first class, first student. First school, first class, second student. First school, first class, third student. First school, like that. You will not come out of until unless you are completing inner loop. But outer loop is running there only. It will stay in that particular location. You will be in second class only. You will be in the first school only. Understood, right? Until unless you are completing. All the things are getting completed in that school, then only you will come out. Right? It is called nested loop. Once you are entering one loop, it will not allow you to come out until unless you are completing that loop. Okay? Any loop. For example, you are entering in school loop, you have to complete the school loop. If you are completing in classroom, you have to complete the classroom. Right? Like that it will continue. Let's write this code. Okay? Right? I will take int. First I will take class. First we will take a school. Okay? School. Let's go with class first. Okay? Class. I will say how many classes? I am having 2 classes. Okay, then I will write how many students? 5 students. Right. So this I will write how I will write loop. Let's see. Okay. 2 classes, 5 students. Okay. But I'm not considering school because it's a single school. Okay. Int class. So I cannot use CLASS class because keywords we cannot use. The same name we cannot use for variables. Variable should not be keywords. Here you can see it's a class is a keyword. You cannot use it. Okay. So class is another thing which you need to remember is in Java, we always start with 0, not with 1. First class means 0th class. Second class means first. Right? Last means n minus 1. For example, 10th class means it's 9th. That's why I'm printing 0 to 9. Actually, it should be 1 to 10, right? So always try to do that whenever you're using Java. 99.9%, you will start from 0. Some condition business logic will change it, but 99% you will start from 0. Okay, if someone is saying from where you start in Java and C both same. So you will start from 0. So whenever I am writing loop also, you can see like for I is equal to 0. I will not show I is equal to 1. Right? Starting point should be 0. Okay, here also I am writing 0. Means what? Its class 0 means first class, right? So then less than 2. How many classes I am taking? Now it's 0, 1 only. Right? 0 is first class. First one is second class. Okay, that's why less than 2, less than or equal to 2. No, less than 2. Okay, so then I will go one by one, right? So I will write CLS plus plus. Next, I will go students for int std is equal to 0, STD less than 5 students I am taking, right? 5 STD plus plus. Okay, so in class I am having students. Understood, right? So class, once you are entering in class, you will not come out until unless you are completing all the students. Once you are coming in students, you cannot go out until unless you are completing all the students. Right? So now I'll just print it. Let's see. I will write class number, then student. Let me have some string here. Right. Then I will have so let me run it. Right, class 0, student number 0, class 0. Why class 0? Because I'm not coming out of that loop until unless I'm completing student, class 0, student 1, class 0, student, class 0, student. So I'm continuously repeating. For example, if I want to print class 0 only once and all the students, what I will do? I will just move this outside of loop. Now what will happen? Once I am entering, I will print only class number once. All the students I will repeat. You can see now it will different some output. Okay. Class 0, student 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 4. Class 1. Right? So what if I want to add this school also? I will add here. For example, if I want two, I said 2 schools. For example, 3 classes, 2 schools. Then I will write 3 here. I will add another for loop for int school is equal to 0, school less than 3, school plus plus. Then I will just add bracket. Now I added another layer which is school also, right? So I can print school also now. This how. Now school, 3 schools, right? So once he is entering a school, he will not come out. He will need to first complete the classes. Once he is entering in classes, he cannot come out until unless he is completing all students, right? So now let's right. School 0, class number 0, then 5 student, class number 1. School is not coming by. He has to complete all the classes, then only he will come out. Right? It is called nested loop. Nested loop means once in one loop you are having, another loop you are having, then inner loop has to complete before exiting. Okay. So why I can go directly, but why I'm stressing this is because even the senior people will do the mistake when they are using nested loops. Okay, they will get confused. So if you understand this school concept, you will understand like how the loops are running. Okay, you need to practice more. Okay. So any questions still here? You can see the code. Let me know if you are having any questions there. So I want you to repeat the videos, please. Okay. Any questions? Actually, this we discussed in last video, right? Last class we did discussed. Till here we discussed, I think, right? Now let's consider one scenario. Okay. It's not like always you are taking all the attendance, right? So sometimes what will happen, one person in our class, what happened is after 3 months, one student took the TC and went. His roll number is 3. Okay. So 3 is there, but they strike date. So they will not repeat that number. They will skip it, right? So how they used to tell the attendance is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Understood, right? Because that student is not exist. He is no more. Why we need to always tell his number or name, right? So in that case, what we'll do? So there is a chance, like for example, if we took the same example initially, like I want you to take X. Right? So you are going one shop. You saw one mechanic shop. There also you'll ask for X. Why? The condition is not matching. You are sure that you will not get a egg there, right? So you'll skip it. It's not always like you need to go one by one, and there is a lot of business conditions will come. In this case also, one student took TC. Why you need to take his attendance, right? You need to skip it. For example, one classroom in rainy season, what they will do? So in my school, when rain season came, right? So some classrooms are wet, right? So they will ask them to leave. So one classroom will be empty. They no need to take a attendance for that, right? For example, 2 schools are there. One school is holiday because of some reasons. Then you no need to repeat always, right? So you can just skip it. So how you can do that? You can do by using continue. There is one keyword called continue. You can add the condition and you can continue. For example, we'll take one example of class 2. What class 2 is? Class 2 is holiday. Okay, then in that case, what we'll do is I will write simple one condition. If class is equal to 1, means it's second class. I will write continue. Added one condition here. What I did? If class name number is 1, just continue. Don't go to next line. In this case, just let me run it. You can see the difference. Can you read? What is the difference you can see? Plus class 1, 0, 2. Class 1 is not there. Why? Skipped it. Why? I said like class 2 is closed because of rain. What you do? You are just skip it. Right? So continue. What it will do? It will skip that line and it will continue. So another keyword is called break. What break will do is, for example, if you are coming to class 2, then suddenly principal announced the holiday. So will not continue. It will just come out. In that case, what will happen? Let's see. Instead of continue, I will just write a break. Right? So what will happen? What happened? All 3 classes, class 0 only took attendance. Where is class 1, class 2? Broken. So that loop got a broken. Broken means whenever you are coming to right, you will come out of that particular loop. For example, if you are breaking class loop, you will come out of class loop only. Other loops will continue. For example, if you are breaking from student place, only that student will get break. If you are breaking school, till that school you will come out. You will not go to classes also. So the level where you are getting break or continue, that loop only will affect, not outside of that one. Only, for example, here I am breaking only class loop. I'm not breaking school loop. That's why it's continuing. Even see, even school 0, school 1, school only 2 schools, right? So all schools are running, but classes are not running, right? So same thing if I'm writing in a class, because the first class, maybe you are facing some struggle, but so see, if I'm moving this to school, now school will break, classes will continue. Is it? Inner loops will not run if outer loop is breaking. School is closed, तो जाको attendance क्या लेते हैं? Understood, right? So when you are writing upper loop, that particular loop will get broken. Okay? So when I'm running it, so what will happen? Only one class you will get, other class, क्या होता? Other school will not get. First class you took all, second class broken. So no, nothing will get printed from class one, school one. Okay. So there are two keywords, break and continue. Break will break the loop, it will not continue. Continue will skip only that particular condition, particular student, particular class. It will continue others. For example, if I am skipping 3, 1, 2, 4, it will go to 4, 5, 6. But if I am writing 1, 2, that's it. It will not go to next also. It will come out, break out, it will come out. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Totally right. So primary thing is like communication. So feel free to ask. Okay. So recently what happened is like in our company. So the thing is happening like we assigned 5 people one task. Okay. So whenever we are asking one team member that he said he completed, it's working fine. Okay. So why he hesitate to tell like he's having problem? Understood. So he's just thinking like if I'm saying I have not completed, they will scold me, right? So what he's saying, like, he's saying like I'm doing well, I'm doing correct, so it's working fine. So he's working very hard, but he's not able to complete it. But what he's saying in team meeting, I have completed. So suddenly management came and asked like tomorrow you have demo. Right? What he will do? What he did, you know? He took leave for 1 week. So if their management is very good. If they are saying like I have not done, please help me, they will definitely support him. Right? At least they will help him. But if you are assuming like I can manage, I can close it by working late nights or weekends, it will not happen. Right? Just at least confirm your understanding. You are going right direction or wrong direction. You have to speak out. Right? So for example, if I'm asking questions, you say like I will practice and I will check. No. Right? Even if you are having doubt, I will discuss with my other team members because they might be aware of it. Right? So if you are thinking like that, what will happen is he also thinking the same way. Right? And you will be having the questions with you and you cannot able to understand that particular concept. Okay. So feel free. So no one is going to kill you, right? So feel free and ask the questions. Okay. So another thing is communication is very important. So each one, even if you're going home, try to speak in English with your brothers, cousins, right? Your friends. communication. I felt like most people are struggling in my students are because of communication. Even they are getting jobs, they are facing issues in communication. So because we are from Andhra, right? So when we are not in a tier one schools or colleges, so we are studying in some small colleges. So honestly speaking, Andhra people will not have that much communication when compared to North people. So to cover them, because we are strong in maths, right? So Andhra people and Tamil Nadu people are very strong in mathematics and logical thinking, but they are not good in communication when compared to tier one schools. Right? Tier one schools are different, but when we are going to small schools, right? So yeah, our people will tends to have a safe environment, so they want to choose the nearest schools, right? So they will be having, definitely they will be having problem with communication. So how we can bridge that gap with each other? So forget about grammar. So I love you, like what you have done, right? So you are speaking, even you cannot able to communicate, you are trying to explain about loops, right? I like that. So this one is the first stage. If you are silent, for example, just think like if you are silent, if you are not speaking, what will happen? You will not get it further, right? So you'll be staying there itself. So I would suggest don't remain silent. Speak with each other whenever you are coming in these premises. Speak in completely English. Okay, so I'm not going too detailed today because I know that you are having a long gap. So I want you tomorrow, okay, to complete all my recordings. You need to practice also, so that whatever I'm telling, you should be able to relate it. I will share the link. I will keep that link in our group. Okay. So again, I'm saying, please complete all the classes. It's 5 classes, 50 minutes. Okay. So easy. You can fast forward and think. We'll be having this type of discussion, see that you can skip and you can have only the class related part. And I want you to practice that homework also. Very basic things we did from starting. So you can complete that class, then you can understand. Okay. So any questions? No, Telugu.